Good morning, everyone. Oh, hello, Prince. Good morning to you. I'm having a little bit of a fixing up to do here. There we go. That should do it. So, hope you're all doing well and hope you had a good... Juan is first? Okay, but Prince said hello first. Erdal wants to know what's going on. Well, tell him what's going on. Hello, Rajesh. Good to see you, dear. Gazala. Yes. Long time because you haven't shown up. I've been here every week. So let's see if the voice quality and the picture quality is good. Just let me know if everything, the screen and so on is good. Okay, good. So I hope you have. Hello, Sonia. Sonia June. Where did you learn that word, Sonia? It's so cute. Juan from Long Beach, California. Okay, great, thanks. And Dardan from Ingolstadt, Bavaria. Oh, guten Tag. Guten Morgen. Here, Alberte. Probably over there is guten Abend. And there's Kerry. Haven't seen you for a while, Kerry. Where have you been? Okay, good, Erdal. Thank you. So, remember to let me know which part of the world you're tuning in from. And Darden says hello from Germany. Oh, Bayern. Oh, what a good team you have. Bayern. Thank you, Juan. I wish I could see you guys all as well, just like you see me. Eddie, yes, amazing. Amazing that I got up on time. That's amazing. Yes, it did, Prince. That's something wrong with my mic. When I use my laptop to make longer videos, when I have it on my YouTube channel, those long ones like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes, long videos on a bigger screen, that microphone has a little bit of a connection problem. I have to buy a new one. But this one is on mobile phone, so it's different. Christine Pre from Tokyo. My goodness, isn't that special? Ohayo gozaimasu. O genki desu ka, Christian? Watashi no namae wa Mehran desu. O mo ne kakarete ureshii desu. So, how long have you been in Tokyo? And what do you do there? And Daniela from Brazil. I don't know anything in Brazilian. Well, you speak Portuguese in Brazil? Is that, am I right? Vera, Victor. So, who do you think is going to win Spurs versus Warriors? Believe me, Vera, I don't know about those two names. I don't know. I might have, enjoyed their game. I don't even know if they play soccer or they play another game. Probably soccer. I'm thinking you're talking about, but I don't have those names in my mind. I apologize. I'm sorry. Gazala. Thank you. That's how it is in the morning. Erdal from middle of Germany. Good to see you. David Emami. Oh, that's a Persian name. Hello, Mehran. Hello, David. Oregon. Oh, I went to school in Lake Oswego, Portland, Oregon, but Lake Oswego, Capitol Hill, Lewis and Clark. I don't know how far you're from there. Or maybe I did share that with you once before. And Moldova. Ayan from Moldova. I love to see Moldova. I hear it's very beautiful and very friendly people. Ali Amjad. Hello, Ali. Paisin. Good evening. I guess that's evening there. It's early morning. Not early morning. It's like 11:30 in the morning here. Carrie. I've met someone pretty special and spending a lot of time together and work. Haha! That's why. So you betray the group once you found a new love. And that's wonderful. That's what the whole thing is all about. Good, Carrie. I'm delighted. Now remember how you were feeling and see how unnecessary it was, because everything changes, and now you can see for sure, if you had forgotten, that things do change as it has changed for you. Now if sometime later, if someday again in your life something like that happened, remember things change. It will not remain the same. So your sadness, your disappointment will not remain the same either. So take it easy next time. All of you. Things always change. And Ghazala from Pakistan. Pakistan, how do we say hello? There are a few things I have to learn in many different languages. Sonia from London, wonderful. Christian, what's the hey? I spoke to you in Japanese. I want some answers. What are you doing there? How long have you been there? Do you speak Japanese? Yeah? Okay, Daniela. Andre wants your name. Andre? Who's Andre? Daniela says, where are you from? Andre wants your name. Or does it mean, and what is your name? My name is up there on the link on the beginning of this program. You can see it there. Yeah, and I'm in Canada here, in Vancouver, British Columbia, and it's a little bit foggy. And I can tell you temperature too. It's a little bit rainy, bit and foggy. Paisin says, can you speak Urdu or Hindi? No, unfortunately, I wish I could. I love languages. The more languages we know, the more we can understand people better, and we can all get along better. Unfortunately, no, I don't speak Hindi or Urdu. But I understand Urdu is a bit, it's got a few Farsi words in it. That I can. Popa says, Mehran, starting to talk in quadrillion languages due to his magical soft drink. Yes, aloha Popa. Yes, aloha. It is the magical drink that does this. In fact, today is really magical because this thing is a concoction I made today. It's blueberry juice, pure blueberry juice, just this much, and the rest is hot water. And it's a beautiful vegetable or fruit tree drink. Better than lots of other things. Can I speak Spanish? No, other than just, you know, como stai or things like that, like Italian, Spanish words here and there a little bit. I wish I could speak more. Daniela says, yeah, Brazil, Portuguese, okay. So while we're saying hello and greeting each other, I'm looking for questions so we can start our weekly discussions and joyful discussions, I might add, about thoughts, consciousness, desire, ego, fears, relationships, breakups, and matters of your concern that you deal with or you're going through, and understanding the role of the content of your consciousness, the fragments of your consciousness, how your consciousness put together, and how these ego, desire, fear, and thoughts and consciousness work together and make you feel, act, or react the way you do. The things about thinking, things about transient thoughts, things about thoughts that keeps coming into your head, things about challenges of life, whatever it may be pertaining to what I mentioned, we are here to talk about that. And please do me a favor, and yourselves, please do go on my own Facebook page, which you have the link there, Mind That Seeks Truth. There's two Facebook pages, book and the author. Both are mine, but you can go to the author, as the link is up there, and click on the like of the page, so we will always be able to connect with you if there is any program, if there is any talk, that you could be notified, and you can also get in touch with me through that page. It has a comment, if you have a short comment or something that you would like to ask. Otherwise, please do try my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, where you can find my books. You can go through the table of contents, see what the books entail. You can read a sample chapter. You can watch 10 minutes of my seminar I did for a local university last year on thoughts and fear, and to end the fears and how they're related. It's a pretty interesting video. And these are all free to check them out, the short sample chapters and this 10 minutes of the video. And if you wanted the longer versions, then you can of course purchase the books, or in the ebook version, or the paper version, or the actual seminar that was 1 hour. Either way, there are also over 120 or 150 unpublished videos on the site, which is on YouTube, but there's a nominal fee of $2-3 a month. It's like $22 for the whole year, and you have access to those videos as well that are not published on YouTube, public version of it. And then you will see the support is available. And please do share the tapes, the videos that you like, so people get to know about my work and also know that there's supports available, and they'll also join us here if they wish. And this is how you can help the viewership of the YouTube channel that I have, which the link is up there, to a level that you all expect. Because many of you keep telling me Your content is wonderful. You've helped me so much, and I see life differently. I'm out of my, emotional problems that I was, and you're appreciative about that. And you also say, I wonder why your videos do not have that million or 800,000 or whatever that we see in some other channels, which their content, you say, is not anything interesting and it's nonsense, but they have lots of viewers. So maybe because their viewers share it, so maybe you can share the videos that you like from my channel, and that could help the viewership, and people will know that support is available. Also, if you needed to talk to me one-on-one, you can go on my site and click on the consultation, talk to me for consultation, and you can book an appointment, and we'll have a Skype appointment, Skype talk, which I do that all through the week with people around the world. There it is. Now, I'm looking for questions. Let's see if we have any. Thank you for liking the page, Erdal. I appreciate that. Carrie says, how much time do you personally feel is adequate time when entering a relationship to be intimate with each other? Well, really, there is no certain rule on that, because when you are interested in someone and you become passionate, and the intimacy and sexual interest gets in the way, you think that's all you needed to know about that person because you have decided that you want to sleep with this person. And when you have that emotion, then you've already convinced yourself that he or she is okay to be intimate with. So the only thing you should be focused on is if you guys have taken precaution to be healthy, know each other's background, and if there are other steps you got to take, for safety's sake. Otherwise, in order to understand if it's the right time or not, you got to see if you're bonded with each other on other levels other than the physical level. To be interested in someone for intimacy is not difficult. This is a program that we all have. It is not that it's something special about that person that you want to sleep with her or him, because that is part of your program, that you'd be attracted to the person that you're physically attracted to. That's your program. It's not having anything to do with them. It's not that they're causing you because they're so special or so whatever. You have that already programmed in your genes to be attracted to the gender that you're attracted to. So just being interested to be intimate with someone, that doesn't mean that there's something special about them, that everything else is okay. Most of us are naturally drawn to the opposite sex. And whatever your preference or lifestyle is, when you're drawn to that partner physically, it's not having anything to do with them. It's have something to do with your programming, that you are in your genes programmed to be attracted physically to that gender. So you need to see if you're bonded mentally on consciousness level, where this intimacy would be meaningful afterwards as well, not because it's novel and it's attractive to you because of the program that you have to be physically attracted to your counterpart. So that's pretty much what I have to say about it. Now, Rachel says, what is the best advice you can give to someone who's fresh out of a breakup and has found out about being cheated on in the past, and is starting to move on without feeling guilty, and also trying to not think about them with other people. I'm a little bit confused, Rachel. So you've broken up, and after you broke up, you found out that your partner had been cheating on you in the past, before the breakup, right? And then you say, and starting to move on, which means you've broken up and you're moving on without feeling guilty. Why should you feel guilty now that you're moving on? I'm not quite sure what that bit is about. And also trying to not think about them with other people. You've broken up. Obviously, it was not your choice, I'm gathering. And you're saying you found out that that person, while you were together, was cheating on you. And now that you know that, you wonder how you can put that aside and not to think about them as what they're engaged with or who they're with. Is that what you're trying to say? Because the guilty part, I don't understand. Why should you feel guilty? And Rachel continues, and being put to the blame from the relationship failing and feeling hurt over being accused of being a liar and a cheater during a breakup. But you just told me that the other side was cheating. So why are they trying to blame you for cheating? Is it just a way to cover their bit? Now, if you can clear that for me, I can start on that. Well, let me start on that anyhow. Well, first of all, you've broken up. Whether it was your choice or their choice, looks like to be maybe, I don't know, whose choice. Regardless, you have broken up and you're saying, you just found out that you've been cheated on, and you wonder how not to think about those people. Well, listen. Why should you be thinking about something that is not working? Why should you be thinking about something that proved to you that it doesn't work and it's broken up? If it was any good and deserved your thinking, your thoughts being around it, it wouldn't have broken up. If it's not working and if it's broken up, it means it doesn't have the ingredients that you could make something out of it, to build on it, to spend your energy for it. It's not justified to give that energy to it, because obviously it has many difficulties for it to go anywhere. It's like a vehicle that has no engine, or it looks like a vehicle. So why would you be sitting in that vehicle? It's not going to go anywhere. And when you have found that out, that it's got no engine, best is to get out and start walking and going towards some other vehicles that possibly is out there. And when you know that, why should you be thinking about, while you're driving another car to get to your destination, thinking about, what if I was still sitting in that vehicle? What would happen? Nothing. You know nothing would have happened. You sat there. It had no engine. It wasn't going anywhere. It was broken. It wasn't working. So what's your logic to want to think about that? And who do you care? What do you care if somebody else is sitting in that broken vehicle? It was broken for you. It wasn't working. It didn't have an engine when you were in it. So you don't care if it suddenly grows an engine if somebody else is in it. It doesn't matter, because if it wasn't working for you, it doesn't matter if it works for anybody else at all. Because all it's important if it functions for you. It didn't. So if it didn't, you get off. And that's the best thing for you to do, and move on. Now, thinking about who may actually be sitting there while an engine suddenly appears in that vehicle, it's useless. Who cares? Even if there would be an engine arriving for that vehicle, you're not in it. So who do you care? What do you care? Where it goes, how it works, if it works, if it doesn't, who sit in it, who doesn't. Wasting your time. Go build your own life. Find your vehicle, your partner. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your time with them. And everything that has happened in this relationship, which is now broken up, is in the past. What is in the past is non-existence. It's dead. It's gone. It's a memory. A memory is in the past. And the past is not now. And now is life. Past is a memory. Past is past. Past is not alive. Past is not actual. Past is an illusion. It's a picture, is a copy, is a recording. And a recording has no repercussion, has no reciprocation. Recording does not respond to your attitude, does not respond to your comments, does not respond to your emotions. If you look at a movie and you get emotional in it, it doesn't respond back to you. It's a recording. It's not a theater being played live so you can interact with it. So the memory that you have of the broken up relationship is dead, is in the past, is an illusion. Come alive with the flow of the energy, with the now, with the actuality of life. Experience life as life is. Not that make your life what you know and you call living to be death of the past. Because when you call this living, but yet you're in your memory and thinking about broken relationship and all that, which is the past, which is dead, therefore you, what you call living, is actually in your memory, and memory is the past. Memory is dead, so therefore what you call living is in death of the past. And that's no living. That's wasting life. So your logic with what I said right now tells you nonsense to think about the past. They cheated on you, they didn't, who cares? Who cares? Everything is gone and dead. And the good thing about it is you found out, or for one reason or another, you're not with that person anymore. You're not in that toxic environment. You've changed the place and you're now living your life rather than worrying and wondering about who did what to you and how the relationship was. That's gone. Now you focus forward and build forward. Always energy forward. Always energy forward, not backward. When you think in a memory, and if it's nothing pleasant, then it's an energy backward. When you do energy backward, your balance changes. Just do this for yourself. Do this exercise. Stand up and have your partner or friend do this with you. Stand up and think about the beautiful flowers or trees that is in front of you, you're seeing it. Or think about the feeling and sensation that you may be having in your stomach. Just think about something at that moment with you that is happening, and like the wind is blowing. Notice the wind. Notice something that is happening at that moment. And then have your friend gently push on your shoulder, right here. And you will see that you're pretty solid. You won't easily lose your balance. But now stand the same thing and think about something in your memory. Something negative in your memory. And then have your friend do it in the same fashion, the same force. Not so much, the same way. While you're in your memory and he or she pushes you a little bit, you easily go back. Why? Because when your mind is not with the actuality, with life, with the energy of the moment, your mind has separated itself from your physical body. And when the mind and body are not both focused together, which is a different topic and different way that I can show you guys, then you will lose balance. You don't manifest your total powers. Your powers become diminished. Why? Because you've separated the life that you know, as we know it, which is mind and the body. Your mind's gone somewhere else, your body is here, but they're not connected. That makes you lose balance. So it's futile and useless to think about something in the past, but yet you want to live in the present. It wouldn't work. You wouldn't go anywhere. It's like trying to go forward but keep looking back. You're going to crash into lots of things before you get to your destination. So look forward. Don't worry about the relationship that is broken up. That's not worth your time anymore. Then when you were in it, maybe, but not now. Now, and the blame, it doesn't matter. People may blame you for this and that. It doesn't change the truth. It doesn't matter what people say. Words, opinions does not change the actuality of how things are or were. If that was the case, I would sit here and say many things that I like to say, and I would expect it to happen. It doesn't. So if it doesn't for me, then definitely what they say about me, it doesn't change anything and means nothing, because it is not the truth. It doesn't change the truth. It doesn't make something to happen. They feel comfortable by doing that because they already feel guilty of something. Now they have to put the guilt on someone else, maybe. Just don't pay attention to this nonsense. Keep going and build your own life. That's when you become one with the life, one with the energy, one with the actuality of life, and you will enjoy your life rather than thinking about who said what. Who cares? What you're doing, that's what counts. Not what they may be saying about what you are doing. Who cares? You're the one who's having the soup. You're the one who's having the sandwich. So if they keep saying, oh, you know, that sandwich, I had that sandwich, or doesn't matter. They're not having it. You're having it. So you focus on what you're doing, not what they say. Whatever they say, you're still having the sandwich in your hand and you're having it. So that's what you should be focusing on. I hope that was something for you to think about. Kyla says, I can't watch you now, but I'm excited to see it later. Okay, I love the way your mind works. You have a very neat perspective on things. Oh, thank you, Kyla. Have a wonderful day, and you can check it out later when I post it up. Erdal says, you're too attractive to cheat on. Oh, I see. To cheat on and break up. Oh, okay, good. Erdal is making a move. Carrie says to Rachel Jones, you have no reason to feel guilty. In my experience, okay. Yeah, you can read what she says. That's good. Piscine, how to keep your thoughts always positive. What is your opinion about karma? How to keep your thought always positive? That's a very good question. I wonder, maybe we can just reverse it and say, do we gain anything by thinking negative? Other than getting worried, getting anxious, bring anxieties, and become fearful, and feel depressed. I mean, is that good? Should we prefer that to be negative, and the consequence of the results of it would be the anxiety and fear and depression and all that? Would that be of any help to the quality of our life? So if it doesn't, then obviously it's better to keep positive. Meaning, every time that negative thing comes, you just remind yourself, this is a thought. This is not an actuality. A negative thought has nothing to do with it actually happening or being the truth or being the actuality. Negative thought is based on the fears that we have. Fears about losing what we love. Fears about not having the kind of life that we do. Human being is always looking for psychological security and always afraid to lose that psychological security. And therefore, negative thoughts keep coming and attacking what we most love, because we are afraid of not having that what we really like, and the way our life is, the way that we are, the way that we are put together. We love the way we are ourselves, about our life, about ourselves, about good things that are happening in our life. And therefore, we are afraid and fearful of losing it. And that's when the negative thought comes to mind, because we're afraid of if what we love so much would be tampered with and would be taken away from us. So that fear creates that negative thought. But you should not pay attention to that, because negative thought is just thought. And thought, stupid. Thought is stupid. There's no credibility to thought. All thoughts, most thoughts are illusions. They have no actuality to them. They're thoughts. Yeah? They're just thinking. But they're not actuality. It doesn't have to be the way your thinking says. But because the thought appears in your head, and that's inside you, and you have belief and credibility for yourself, And you think because it's appeared in your head, therefore it's in me, and I'm credible, I know who I am, I know the source, I trust the source, therefore it must be true. But no, it's not. Thoughts are lies. Thoughts are stupid. Thoughts are simply have no credibility. But you are conditioned to think because a thought appears in your head, therefore it must have any basis and credibility because it's there. You can see it, you can imagine it. It's come to you, and therefore it has appeared. Therefore it must mean something. No, means nothing. It means it's just nonsense. So you don't have to. You're conditioned to think that your thoughts are real. Why? Because it is like everyone has created a certain kind of a virtual memory goggle, virtual reality goggle. You know these games, Sony games and whatnot. You put a goggle on your eyes, and all you see is what's in that screen through the goggle. Nothing outside the screen exists. So your whole world becomes limited to what you can see in that video game, in that movie, with having that virtual reality goggle on. Because the outside frame is broken. There's nothing outside. There's only that. Therefore, your full attention is on that what is shown in the goggle. Therefore, that becomes your world, and you believe it. Therefore, in a way, you actually can fall. You think that you're falling off a cliff or whatnot, because there's nothing else, no point of reference, no differences between what you see and the outside of the goggle. You think there's no outside of the goggle exists. You think that's all the whole world is. And your mind, your consciousness, is like the virtual reality goggle. Because you think that's all there is in the world, because that's your limit of understanding, your field of vision. And you can't see anything else beyond your consciousness. Therefore, you think that's all there is. There's nothing beyond that. Therefore, anything in your consciousness you think is truth. Because you can't figure out anything else. You can't see, your field of vision is limited. But if you take the goggle off, and you will say, oh my goodness, beside the ends of the screen that I could see, there are other things, there are buildings and ocean and things that I couldn't see while the goggle was on. So when you understand that beyond your consciousness, there are more things that you don't have in the control of your consciousness, is not part of your consciousness, then you understand that thoughts are very limited, knowledge is limited, nothing that appears in your mind is 100% true, and it all is an illusion. So you don't have any good reason to believe all your thoughts or any of your thoughts unless you see them turn into actuality. And then that's not a thought anymore. So that's what I think about thoughts, positive thoughts, negative thoughts. Something to think about. Otherwise, this can be a very long discussion that I don't think we want to dedicate the whole session to that. I hope it's something for you to think about for now. And about karma, yeah, I do think there is something in there. And now the nitty-gritties I don't know much about, but I do have that sense. Juan says, do you think saying I love you to someone that you just been dating for a month is too soon? Oh yes. Oh yes. As soon as you say I love you, she thinks you're not good enough. Because people mostly, unless it is really bonding, you guys have bonded and been together for a long time and you have appreciated each other's energy and efforts and the way you treat yourself, each other's. You say that word soon, too soon, the other person may not have enough confidence in herself or himself. And because they don't have enough confidence in themselves, as soon as they feel you love them and they don't think much about themselves because they don't have enough confidence about themselves, then they think if someone loves me, which I don't think I'm a big shot anyhow, I don't think I'm that hot, so if somebody loves me and my opinion about myself is not so high, then that means he loves someone who's not so hot, because in my opinion, about myself. Which means, if he loves me and I don't think I'm that much, then therefore he might not be much. Therefore, if he's not much, I don't want him. It's like saying, I don't like to belong to a club that takes me as a member. I don't like to belong to a club that takes me as a member, because I don't have enough confidence in this. So if this club takes a person like me as a member, and I don't think much about myself, then therefore this club might not be a good club. So I don't want it. I don't want a club that takes me, accepts me as a member. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I love you to a person. And I love you have to understand, do you love that person or do you lust for that person? Because to say it so soon, because you're so honest and you're so emotional and you love what the situation is and you want to seal the deal, and you think by saying I love you, that means you're mine and I'm yours, and you know it's a commitment, it's a contract or stuff. None of that. Saying it too soon, it's like putting the food in front of someone who's not hungry. And they'll say, oh, you know, it's nice food, I really like it, it's very nice, but I'm not hungry. And that's when they say, oh, you're so nice, you're wonderful, you're very kind, you know, but I don't feel about you like that, you know, because you said it too soon. So have a little bit of excitement, you know, just wait and see how it goes, and you will feel the moment is mutual, and that would be the right time to say. It's a feely thing. It's not that logical. Carrie says, I agree, okay. Juan says, thank you, okay. Juan says, thank you to Popa. And Popa, all right. Erdal says, perfectly explained, okay, great. Juan, I think you're feeling something go loco, amigo, that you want to say crazy things. Okay, that I didn't get. Rachel says, amazing, thank you so much. This has really helped. Good. Guys, I really want to recommend to you to, while we have these discussions every week, I really recommend to you highly, yes, of course, it sounds one-sided or prejudiced for, but I really recommend you guys should go on my site and check out the Me, My Psyche and I, the book Me, My Psyche and I. It has so much information in there about your psyche, thoughts, consciousness, fears, ego, desire, how they work together, and many more about how the relation between your thoughts and consciousness is, about how to understand how you can become one with the present moment of life, the understanding of suffering, the understanding of many other things in this book that I have. I really recommend you guys to get this ebook version of it, which is very cheap, very nominal. But if it was paper, I usually sign it and send it back. But for ebook, it's fast and it's very cheap for you. But it's very essential for you to have it. I really believe that rather than trying to promote the book, I really think these questions that you're asking, these concerns that you have on a daily basis, most of the answers, if not all of it, is in this book. Once you understand how this ticks, how this works, and the interrelationship between the contents of your consciousness, then you understand why you feel the way you do, why you act and react the way you do. And it's all in here. It's not about what's happening out there. It's all about in your own consciousness, how your virtual reality goggle makes you see the world, and how it is to get out of that limited field of vision and virtual reality goggle that you have on, out of your consciousness, and therefore see the actual world and see it as it is, not perceiving it based on what memory you have in here, which turns your actual life into a dead memory life, and your life becomes a death of the past. You need to get this book, and as much as you're interested in our discussions, and I appreciate it, but this book was written for you guys to actually learn these rather than just ask questions. So you can figure it out. You can analyze it, and you can become a person who can figure things out about yourself and also help others. So please do yourself a favor and go to my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and purchase this ebook and start reading it at your leisure time. There are lots of wonderful things in it. And I know I never plug my own books. I usually don't. Some once in a while I talk about it. But I've come to understand that I'm not doing you a service by just not saying anything about the book or creating urgency for you to have it. Because that's why I wrote it, for everyone to be helped. And that is important for you to read the table of contents of this book, Me, My Psyche and I, on my site, and then read a chapter, a sample chapter, and see how you feel, and see how beneficial it could be to your life. I really would like you to do that. Now, let's see. Erdal says, middle heavy to heavy depression combined with panic attacks in combination leads to paralyze me and my thoughts. Demotivation for everything. Isolation, no joy, and sense of life. Total system crush affecting life for more than 2 years. Well, Erdal, I want you to first realize that I'm not a doctor. So what I say, I don't want it to be interfered with anything that your physicians have prescribed for you or recommending to you or advising you. Having said that, I want you to realize that if this condition that you have, it's not based on chemical imbalance, which they would do a blood test and they will know, your doctors will know if it's chemically imbalanced. That's why they would give you a certain kind of supplement, medicine to create the balance in your chemical composition. If it's not a chemical imbalance, then you may pursue thinking about psychologically what in your psyche has been created for you to believe your thoughts that appear in your head. And once the thoughts appear, which most often they have nothing to do with reality, they're just thoughts, but we're conditioned to believe them. And as I mentioned previously in a few minutes ago, when the thoughts appear in our head, we give it a credibility and we start believing in it because it's from us and we know the source, we trust the source, so it's happened, appeared in our heads, and therefore we follow it. We think there's any truth to it. But who says that we should actually believe our thoughts and be so emotionally attached to it and follow it as if it was really happening? There is a chance that a thought is about something that is not real, it's not truthful, and it's just a thought, like a movie that we're seeing. Most movies create certain kind of emotion in us, but that movie was really make-believe. It was made for entertainment. It was being filmed on, and actors were playing. But yet, our mind, when it's focused on it in a certain setting, doesn't remember or is not focused on that this was made. It is only following the emotion that is creating. And because the emotion is created in us, because of what we are seeing, or because of the thought or the movie that we're watching, the emotion that is created in us makes us think that that thing that is happening is actually real. So the emotion becomes our evidence for that to be real, where actually it wasn't real, because not only just real things create emotion in us, fake things also create emotion in us. And that emotion makes us think the fake thing that created the emotion was actually real because it created an emotion in me. No, the emotion can be created in many different ways. An actor comes in and starts yelling at me, I get offensive, defensive, and I start, reciprocating. But then they tell me, oh, it was just a joke. Well, I don't know it was a joke. I reacted to it, and I thought it's real. So same thing when the thoughts comes, you don't have, if you think of it as true, then you react to it if it's true, and you believe your emotions to be a evidence for that to be real. But if you don't believe in your thoughts, you say, well, okay, it's a thought. I just want to focus on what I like to do now. Other than things that are senseful and for our security and safety and comfort and so forth, those are good things that we need to rely on in order to recognize things and remain healthy and safe and all that. But beside those things, many thoughts that comes to our heads, we don't have to believe it, we don't have to follow it just because it appeared and made and gave us an emotion, and that emotion could be fear. Now because I'm afraid, I'm thinking, oh, it may be true because I'm afraid. Well, maybe I'm just afraid, but there is no boogeyman out there. If I believe there is, then I'm afraid of it. But if I believe there isn't, then I can see the actuality of it. Oh, there isn't. Yeah? It's lots of things in our thoughts. So just consider that. Maybe that will be something for you to be more balanced in believing your thoughts that is trying to keep you depressed. It's trying to bring all these negative things in your mind to stop you from enjoying life and believing that life has other side. It can be wonderful too. There are days that we all have wonderful days, and there are days that we all have shitty days. And this is not special to you. Every one of us gets depressed from time to time, gets fearful, and then we believe our thoughts, and so on and so forth. And then there are days that we are so full of energy and hopes and happiness, and we are in tune, and we don't believe nonsenses, and we don't get tricked by our thoughts so easily. So hope that would be something for you. Now, Piscine says thank you, you're welcome. Rachel Jones. Rachel says, how did you get out of your life struggles to be where you are now? Who says I'm out of my struggles? Struggles are all through the journey of life. The whole life is a mixture of happiness, sadness, struggles, relaxation, fear, and confidence, and safety and dangers. It's a wave of the ocean. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes wavy, tsunami, storm. The idea is we cannot wait until we learn how to control things. We cannot control the waves of the ocean. We cannot control the winds blowing on the water of the ocean and making the water of the ocean have flow of waves. We cannot control the wind that creates the waves. We cannot control the waves from flowing. We cannot control the events of the world. We cannot control the behavior of the other people. We cannot control almost anything in life. What we can become good at is to become a good, experienced, skillful captain of our own little ship, our own little boat. So when there is waves coming, we are experienced enough to row it well, to use the rudder, to keep its balance, to distribute the balance, the weights around the boat in proper ways, and be experienced enough to weather the situation and the waves of the ocean and avoid our boat from capsizing. That's the control. Otherwise, control is not when you can control the events of life. From the moment I get out of my home, things go my way. Never anything like that happens. 61-year-old, I have been able to control nothing in life. But I have been able to do my best. I have learned to do my best, to negotiate the waves, to keep the balance of my boat, to do what is necessary to do to bring the best results and deal with the situation that is in front of me. It hasn't been easy. Never will be easy. Some days will be easy, some days will be no problem, some days would be problematic. But the whole idea is to become and use all these experiences and this journey of life to become an experienced and a skillful captain of our own little boats, to make sure that we can keep balance in spite of all these storms and tsunamis and the challenges from capsizing. Keep the balance of our boat from capsizing. That's called control. Otherwise, there is no way to control the events. There is no way to control the ocean from having waves. But if we can be able to be good enough to control our boats from capsizing, that's the way and the only way to negotiate the waves of the ocean and our path and journey in this life. So, so what is time today? Popa asks, who's keeping time for you today? That's a hint telling me that I'm talking too much. So, what is time, Prince? You're in the West Coast. Are you back or are you still in Philippines? 12:26. Okay. This is exactly a perfect time for us to say goodbye. And Piscean says, okay, how to control how to become good captain. Just do your best, make best decisions based on research and sizing up the situation, using your resources and knowledge and understand from your experiences, and to make best judgments, think deep and judge well, and little by little you become better and better captain, more and more experienced captain. As best as you can do in any given situations, that will result in something better than what would be if you didn't pay attention to what the circumstances are, if you didn't know, if you didn't do what it takes to get good results, and therefore you would not become a good captain. But through the journey of life, you will do your best, think deep and judge well, research things, and acquire knowledge as much as you can, and then you eventually, through this journey, you become a better and better, more experienced person, therefore a better captain, more skillful captain. Okay. Piscean says, why they tell you that the time is over? I was enjoying your thoughts. Oh, the time is not over, but I usually think, I set the time, and I believe 1 hour is enough because, people can take as much in their mind and endure as much as their bum can endure sitting on their chairs. So I don't want you guys to get too tired. And 1 hour is good enough. And we have had a good conversation. And I look forward to see you guys. All go to my site, to my page, Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth Author. Like it. So if there is any sudden talk or events or something, you'll be notified. And because we have one on Saturdays at the same time on my own Facebook page, and one on Sunday at The Amazing Things in the World, which is arranged by the good people of Witty Feet. I love them all. They're wonderful people, and they have facilitated this opportunity for us to share ideas and enjoy and become maybe a bit more wiser from the hour before. So I wish you guys a wonderful week. Hope things will go your way and you will sort things out. And look forward to see you guys next week, either Saturday or Sunday. And look for the posts that I put on the Mind That Seeks Truth Facebook page. And hope that you will have a wonderful week, and love you all. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.